Hello and welcome to Old Lady Plays. I'm Kate, the old lady, and this is Basking in Glory, episode 45 of an athletic club save. And whoop athletic, it's the beginning of the season, so there's not really much that's happened. I want to show you, we had a friendly season, and it was okay. It was not great, but it was okay. You can see we drew with Granada in our first game of the season. Our preseason was okay, up and down a little bit. We beat some teams, we lost some games, a little bit of this and that. We did invite River Plate for a Williams testimonial since he's been with the club for 13 years, which we handily won 3-0. Unai Lopez came back. Oh, I didn't tell you about that yet. Unai Lopez, Kevin Rodriguez, and Danny Vivian scored. All right, it's time to look at transfers, and I've already sneakily given one of them away by talking about Unai Lopez. But here we are. Let's look at the outs first. Unai Lopez came to me and said, I'm burned out from here. I need a new challenge. And I asked him if there's anything that would make him stay, and he said no, he didn't think that there was, and he would rather just move on. So, okay. So he moved on to OGC Nice. I got about 6 million for him. It's not too bad. A bunch of guys went out on loan, including Ibarondo, that they're paying us 85,000 a month on top of his wages to borrow him, which is good because he probably wasn't quite going to get into the team. He's good, but he's just short of really good. His low determination really bugs me. His low bravery bugs me. Just little things, but low work rate, low strength. He's such a nearly man, Anyway, a couple more loans. Alvaro Ramos, I decided was not going to make it with us. So when they came in for him, I let him go. Juan Carlos Herrera back on loan. Ruben Pardo, who I brought in at the last minute last year, didn't really work out. Played a few games for us, did okay, but not pulling up any trees. And again, he was unhappy, so I just let him go. It was really as simple as that. And now the ins. You probably already looked over here, you sneaks. I was looking at this side completely and only, and you should not have been looking over here to see the name of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Oh yeah, that's who we got. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Kepa Arrizabalaga. And you know what? He's pretty damn good. He's a little better than Simon. There you go, green. He's the green line. So he's a little better at shot stopping. They're about the same aerially. They're about the same communication, mental. Simon's got the speed, and he's a bit better at distribution, while Kappa is better at the shot stopping. So I'm letting them compete, frankly, and I've told Kappa that he's a major player for us, but that he's got to earn his right to play on the training ground. And so far he hasn't. He's turned in a couple of really weak performances in the run up to the season start. 6.35 in training is not going to convince me to start you in the first game of the season. So and again, I believe right now he's not going to get the start in the second game of the season because here you are, 6.3 in his training. I added training rating to my squad view. 6.3 in his training. That's just not good enough. I mean, not that Simone was so much better, but he was a little bit better, and a little better is deserving of at least some consideration. It helps that it's Valladolid, and I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference which goalkeeper we play. We should be able to beat them, and emphasis there on should, not scouting, should. Anyway, sorry, we were in the middle of transfers. Transfer history. So that's Kepa. We brought in Victor a defensive midfielder from Atletico Madrid. 1.3 million. He's temperamental, which is not ideal, but I saw a spark in there. I think that there's something here. He's got decent potential. I think he's going to grow into something that might be kind of interesting to look at. Juan Diego Bueno Prieto, 15 years old, Spanish, Coruña, and he is a center back with some amazing abilities already. 16 tackling, 16 teamwork, 16 determination, 18 aggression. This kid's going to be something. So we went out and bought him for 1.2 million, and I'm pretty pleased with that. We also brought one player in on loan, Angel Telechea, and from West Ham, a 19-year-old left back. He's quite decent. He's not as good as Kevin Rodriguez, which is fine. But Yuri is now 34 years old and is, for one thing, injured for 2 to 4 months with a hip injury. But he's also declining badly at this point. This dip here, the bravery and strength, is because of the injury. But even so, he's dipping elsewhere as well, and his physicals are crashing. So this is his last year with us, and he's probably not going to play very much. So that's frustrating, but there it is. People get old. At the moment, Telechea is suspended for this match because he got himself sent off in his first competitive match with us. Isn't that lovely? I was very pleased. That's why we ended up drawing 1-1 with Granada, because he got himself sent off in the 50th minute and we could not get another goal with 10 men. It was pretty frustrating. All right. That's the team. That's how we're sending them out. So that would be Simon Nunez Bibian San Vicente is playing. What am I doing? Why am I going into the team? Wow, I'm so scattered here because I keep forgetting that this is actually a transfer special. We're actually looking at the transfers we brought in. So yeah, that's the transfers in. We actually spent 50 million. That's a new record. Obviously, we don't spend a lot of money. The reason I leapt on Kappa at the moment was when I inquired about him a year ago. They were asking 150 million for him because he was their first choice goalkeeper. But I happened to be looking at Chelsea for some other reason, and I noticed that he wasn't in the first choice spot. Like, he wasn't in the starting goalkeeper spot. So I went and looked at his stats, and it showed that he'd only started 17 games in the Premier Division. I thought, well, now that's an opportunity. It turned out that they have brought in Onana from Ajax, and he had taken over as their main goalkeeper. So, there aren't that many Basque goalkeepers out there, let's be clear. So when the opportunity arose, no question, I just leapt on it because he's a really good goalkeeper, and I really think that we're going to be able to step up our game a little bit by having two really top goalkeepers. So that's how that's done. How are we doing for time here anyway? That's about 9 minutes. I think it's a good time to go to the game. Now I'll start looking at the team. So you saw we drew with Granada. Today we play Valladolid. That's the only game we're going to play. We're going to come back after this when we have the Champions League draw. Well, we'll have the Champions League draw somewhere in here, I believe, and I'll record that as part of this episode. But the next episode will be the whatever unknown Champions League opponent we have, and Villarreal. The Submarine are back. They just got promoted, so I think that would be a fun one. So there you go. We have an easy start to the season. We really need to take advantage of this. Granada, Valladolid, Malaga, Vallecano, Villarreal, Tenerife, Leganes. This is terrific. Now, when we hit October, That's when the storms start. Barcelona, Atletico, Valencia, and Real Sociedad. So that's going to be a tough month. That's going to be a tough month. Two Champions League matches and Barcelona, Atletico, Valencia, and Real Sociedad. That's going to be a tough month. Anyway, today we have Valladolid. Started showing you the team. Simon Nunez, Vivian San Vicente is playing because he's been training hard. Gerando hasn't, and honestly, Gerando, he just hasn't quite developed the way I'd hoped he was going to. He's decent, but his passing is poor, and that's affecting things. His pace is slow. That's not helping. San Vicente is quite a bit quicker. And he's just a little bit better at various other things. He's not quite as good at the core stuff of being a center back, but he is better as a general all-around player. So we're letting him have a try as Vivian's partner instead of Gerando, and so far he's training well and he's played reasonably well. So we'll see how that goes. Kevin Rodriguez is the main starting left back these days. Unai Vencedor and Oyhan Sanchez starting in midfield because Nolasco Ain is injured and Danny Garcia has fallen off the cliff. His acceleration is now down to 6, pace 7. He's basically standing still on the field. He's got still got amazing mentals. He's a wonderful leader, and we kept him as captain. But he's probably not going to play much this year. Let's be honest about that. So Vencedor and Sanchez get the start in midfield. Williams, Manolo, Cordoba up front behind Munoz. And Cordoba gets the start only because Muniain hasn't been very impressive so far to start this season. Neither has Cordoba, but Cordoba's training a little harder. And of course Munoz, who's been wretched in the preseason but has been training his little brains out. So we're giving him the start because who else are we going to start? Come on, let's be realistic here. It's either him, John Batista, or Ruben Casado, and none of them are really pulling up any trees. So let's see how this game goes. Dressing room. This is not good. These are all complacency drivers. Play your own game, you win. Have a good one. Any problem at all? Give the fans. This is not a rival. We'll play our game, we'll win. They're all very capable of that. I'm going to say I've got nothing specific to say because I don't want to induce complacency with any of the other ones. There. Let's see. Munoz to Sanchez. Finds Cordoba on the wing. Probably get nothing out of this, but there you go. The Ninja is tackled. Sanchez gets the throw in, and they just kick it straight out of bounds. And that's the end of the quote-unquote highlight. Alright, we're into their half. Sanchez, Cordoba down the wing, into the box. Oh, exquisite cross for Williams, who just slams it home with his head. What a goal. That was exquisite technique. Look at this. Just stops and perfect. Right on the spot. He could not have targeted that any more perfectly. That was excellent. Alright, let's hold on to this lead now, boys. Uh-oh, Cordoba's taking a knock. What's going on? It could be a bruised knee. He's got a bruised knee. I think we'll let him play for now. See what happens to his condition. We'll probably bring him out at halftime. No. Nunez. Sanchez to Vencedor. Out wide for Cordova, and he's got some space to run into. Chooses not to. Sanchez all the way back to the defense. Cordova accelerates past his man into the box. Another great header, great cross, but this time Williams' header is wild and high over the bar. Alright, throw-in accomplished. Manolo out wide for Cordova is taking all of the strings today into his hands and making them twitch. Williams picks off the goal kick. Oh, Cordova nestles it into the corner. What a goal! Oh, he's having a great game. My goodness. Oh, I don't often watch goals again, but this was sweet. Munoz misses the header, but Cordova does not miss the volley. Half volley. Wow, lets it bounce too. I always found that really tricky, but when I was playing. Oh, that's perfect. Frustrating. Come on, he just had a bruised knee. What's wrong with him now? Okay, team talk. I'm a little worried that we're showing some complacency. Ivan Rodriguez and Manolo. Okay. Sanchez. Manolo turns, finds Muniain, back to Manolo. Muniain breaks into the box, past his man, and he didn't score. I thought he'd scored for a second there, but it was the side netting. Oh, cleared off the line. Munoz. Vencedor. Back for Munoz. Vencedor again. Cross. Muniain can't finish. Whoa, what a save by Simon. Sorry, I got quiet. I was thinking about my goalkeepers. About how I'm going to balance their demands for playing time. Excuse me. Muniain steps into the box and destroys the ball into the goal. 3-0. Iker Muniain with a surprise, his first goal of the season. It's always their first goal of the season. Why is it always their first goal of the season? Well, of course, it's the second game. But, have I got anybody for midfield? I do not. That is a problem. That's what I need. That's why I needed Pardo. Right. I remember now. Okay. Iñaki Williams has a goal, but he's also got a yellow card, so let's have him out. And I think that'll do for now. Everybody else is fit enough. And I don't have any midfield centers to replace Vencedor with. So Sanchez back to Vencedor with the head. Muniain out on the wing. Nice try at the cross, but too close to the goalkeeper. Massive claims. Munoz with an unexpected... What is he doing back there? That was not... excuse me. Not at all who I expected to see taking a header in his own backyard there. I mean, kudos to him for tracking back and all, but I was a little surprised at where he was, that's all. Oh, this is not going well. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Hustle back, that's it. Simon makes the big save. There you go. Oh, sweet goal. Munoz gets his first. Well done. A thorough 4-0 thrashing of Valladolid now. Sending a marker early in the season to say, hey, don't forget about us. Whistle goes for full time. I'll take that. 4-0. Very nice. A good win, boys. Well done. And the team talk. Continue. Okay. Yeah. Cordova injured 1 to 2 days. Nothing there. Merino close to triggering. Oh, I see. Okay, that's it. That's no big deal. I'm going to say something to Munoz because he was good. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I think that'll do it for this episode. Like I said, we will be back for the Unknown Soldier and Villarreal. And once we know who that is, actually that's going to happen in a minute. So before we do that, I'm going to stop and then I'll run ahead to the Champions League draw, and then we will be ready to go. I don't know why I'm speaking like William Shatner. It's weird. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. See you soon. Alright, we're back for the European Cup. European Champions League group stage draw. I don't know what this Shatnerism is, but I have to stop it. It's driving me crazy. Let's see who we get. Where are we? Are we in second pot? No. We're still in the third pot. Oh, just barely though. Look at that. 76 to 79. What I'd like to know is, how does AZ get in here? And how do I get to be in their group? That would take Benfica, by the way, as well. Definitely would take the Benfica Lazio group at the moment. Or AZ Arsenal. Here we come. Sporting. Shakhtar. Ajax. Milan. Celtic. Monaco. We're in a hard one. Schalke. And oh my god, we're in the hardest one. Man City and Bayern. I think we're going to the Europa League again this year, folks. Köln, Galatasaray, Zenit, Anderlecht, Victoria Pilsen, Astana, Copenhagen, and somebody we don't get to see because it jumps away, Lille. Okay. It's going to be a tough one. We got a tough group. Want to see what they say about it. Man City looking to defend title. Super. Yeah. Now, to be fair, Bayern did poop out at the group stage last year, so it's possible we'll be able to sneak through, but yeah, that's a tough group. That's a tough group. Match rearranged, train schedule changes, la 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 la. That'll do. We'll be back for schedule. Oh, goody. We'll be back for Bayern and Villarreal. It's going to be a challenge this year. But I want to win silverware this year. I want to win something. Don't care what, but we're going to win something. I am sure of it. All right. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. That you will hit a like and a subscribe and drop a whatever, and hit the notification bell and eat the notification banana, and so on and so on. Whatever, makes you happy. I hope you have a great day, and take care.